guys? This is the Bigfoot here again, and I mean, I think I made a video about this before, but I've seen that the collective consciousness of the community, it's like trending this way, and everybody's making videos about how to start FIFA 20. To be honest with you, I'll be completely and 100% honest with you. You need to put money into the game to start out. If you wanna start like getting good results in the first weekend league, you need to put at least some money, unless you're a great trader, because you're not gonna be like doing well on FIFA 20 Ultimate Team if you don't like have a way to like produce coins, make coins, and there's only a few methods or a few paths that you can take to start out like FIFA Ultimate Team. But what I want to say is that a lot of people, they're gonna sell you like these weird ideas. They're gonna sell you on their beliefs. I've played this game for 4 years. Last year I put money from the start, and to be honest with you, that is the way to go, unless you're like somebody that plays a lot of hours or somebody who knows how to trade. But basically, to start out, you need to put money into the game. At least try to put $100 into the game. That's something that you should have saved up from years and years. I thought that it was possible to play this game without spending a cent. It's impossible unless you want to go through the frustration of having to do bad and poorly and having a losing record at the beginning of the game. I've noticed that despite all the efforts for me to like do well at the beginning, you need to like put in some money so you can build your first squad, because at the beginning it's so hard to trade. Believe me, like I know how to trade a little, and believe me that it's so hard to trade and see profits quick. Those first 2 weeks, if you don't put any money into the game, are gonna be hell, man. You're not gonna do well. You're gonna be improving your squad, changing your squad a lot, because every time you make, a few like coins here and there, like you're gonna be selling players and then buying players and actually like be improving your squad towards getting to a point. At least you need to. This is my philosophy. This is what you need to do. You need to have a great striker. You need to have a great midfielder, and you need to have a great center back to start out the game. Just one in each role. One great defender, one great midfielder, and one great attacker, and then you build up your team off of that. That's my approach, because you need somebody to bail you out. If someone makes a mistake in the midfield, you need somebody to like be able to bail you out. You need somebody to save your beans. You know what I'm saying? If you get beat by some skilled player. I mean, although this year everything's gonna be a little more manual, this game always like the maximum expression of the game. It's always displayed by the great players. And remember, this is a competitive game. FIFA Ultimate Team is not like a fun, stress-free game. This is a competitive mode. So if you're gonna come here, this is gonna be a jungle, man. It's gonna be a jungle. This is why I tell you, you need to put money into the game to start out, because it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard for you to start out if you don't put money into the game, to be honest with you. And let's go. Let's try to make a concept squad. Let's try to make a team that can like help you out, like to start out. And so Look, uh, to start out, off the bat, like we should start out with a Premier League squad. That's the way you start FIFA every year. FIFA Ultimate Team, you go to the Premier League, you make yourself a Premier League squad. Unless you have a little bit of knowledge, or you can pick a nationality. You could pick France, or Brazil. Those are probably the two most complete nationalities who are going to give you like decent attacking or pretty much strong attacking. And those are the nationalities that are going to have the usually the players, the players with the good pace, with the good attributes, with the good skill moves. It's a star. I mean, skill move stars, weak foot stars. Those are usually going to be the players. So players that are going to be like 84, 85 rated, unless there's a significant stat in terms of physicality or pace. From 85 down, you can find them on the range between the 20K to the 40K, man. If it's a player that's 85, from 85 to 82, depending, if it's a player that's 90 rated, you're gonna have to pay like really high dough for it. You're gonna have to pay between the 150 to the 200K mark. And let's go check from the Premier League. This is the league that you gotta look for at the beginning. Unless you're rich, because if you're rich, then you can play. You have more freedom to play, to create squads. If you get lucky at the beginning, you can pack one of these players. You can pack an Eriksen. You know that you're set in that midfield, and that you can put right next to him two Premier League good or decent defensive mids right next to him. This is another guy that you should strive to get as your. Remember, you need three great players. You need three great players. You need a great striker, you need a great midfielder, and you need a great defender. These are the guys that you have to strive for at the beginning, to have those three players in order for you to be able to have a somewhat balanced squad. If you can pack anything in the starter packs, I mean, kudos to you. In FIFA 18, I did pack Gabriel Jesus, and I told all my friends, "Hey, man, this card is sick." And people didn't believe me at first, and then Jesus just like became the go-to cheap striker. He was worth like around 60K at the beginning of the game. But those are the type of guys that you got to try to get. If you can, this guy is going to be usually of most people's reach. This guy's going to be between the 250 to the 450K mark. So he's going to be hard. Pogba is going to be between the 500 to the 700 or maybe, I don't know, 800K mark. At the beginning of the game, usually the cards, to be honest with you, are going to be a little low. It's going to be 300K the cards that I mentioned that are going to be between the 150, they're going to be probably like 180K at the beginning of the game, because coins are going to be scarce. Not many people are going to have the coins to like make their teams and stuff. This is a decent card. You could strive for Mahrez. Mahrez is going to be like with a 500K investment. It is a realistic investment for you to have a squad so that you can compete in the first weekend league. You need a guy like this up top, or maybe Sanchez. We hope if they don't keep messing up with his pace, I hope they bring that pace up. Maybe, I don't know, to the 85s. 86, because this guy, he usually has great acceleration, and that's why he gives you that feeling of like quickness, but it's because of the acceleration and the agility. That's why that 83 pace may be deceitful, and he may feel a little faster in game. because even though he's 83, he has 83 pace, he has 87 acceleration. You drop a hunter or a hawk or a sniper, and that card is gonna be sick. You know, Felipe Anderson is gonna be in the mid tier in terms of price. He's a pretty good striker to start out with, or forward, to have someone good up top, and then you can put like other players that may be, you know, decent right next to him. You know, you can have Mahrez, you know, you can have Felipe Anderson. Aubameyang is usually one of the most desirable cards at the beginning of the game because of his pace. From what I've been hearing in the community, pace is gonna be a thing in FIFA 20, so he's pretty much, you know, a decent option for you to go to, you know, Aubameyang as a striker. Remember, you need a monster. You need a monster. We're talking about that monster that you need up top. You know, Rashford's gonna be like a mid-tier. Jesus is gonna be like a mid-tier card. You know, this guy, I mean, he's not a winger. He's like a cam, you know. But if you want to start, you could put him as a winger, but he's gonna be your cam. He's gonna be like a decent cam to start out, like attacking midfielder. If you like, you know, to use like skill moves and stuff like that, you know, he could be that card. You know, this guy is definitely gonna be in most people's squads. You know, this is Roberto Firmino. He's gonna be definitely in people's squads, and that pace is gonna go up. I assure you that. This guy's gonna be probably 81 pace. I hope more. But you know, it is what it is. Like I said, it's another good starting card they should try to get. He's probably gonna be like 85 rated next for next FIFA. Rashford's gonna be probably 85 rated. William is another card that you could try to get. This guy definitely, he could be your starter monster in the midfield, you know. But here's the way I would go. Let me see. I hope Richarlison, you know, don't mind the rating. You know, I count this guy as a winger, so up top I'm set. I could have maybe another decent guy, maybe Richarlison. It's gonna be probably 84 rated, from 83 to 85. Richarlison. Yeah. In the midfield, I'm gonna try to get another monster. In the midfield, an affordable monster. I will go with Fabinho, maybe. You know, if I get to pack anything in my starter pack, it would be amazing. Maybe, yeah, I could go with Torreira. Remember, never mind the rating. I'm not talking about the rating. I could go with Torreira or Fred. Yeah, Fred too. Yeah, I could easily go with Torreira, my man. I like, you know, that pace to be in the 80s. Although if I see a guy that's like 72, 73 pace and he has good physical stats, he might be a pretty good temptation. This guy is always tempting to use because he has that physicality. It's a pretty good card to start out with, you know. Torreira definitely is going to be a really tempting card, because my boy Torreira has the pace. This guy, Lemina, if they keep those stats, it's a pretty good card to start out, you know. Look, he's pretty balanced, you know. I remember in FIFA 18, I started out with Paulinho and Fernandinho. They had, I built myself a Brazilian squad and a La Liga squad, and I would sub everybody in and just leave the two strikers. That's what I would do, because I didn't want to spend my coins in fitness cards. So I'm saying Fellaini is always tempting, but the pace downgrade, usually, it's usually counterproductive. This guy Chamberlain, he might go up a little, maybe to 82. So that's another card that you can. He's not the monster. He's gonna be the complementary part. Remember that you need 3 monsters. I already have my one monster up top, which is gonna be Felipe Anderson, and 2 more monsters. I mean, I need another monster in the midfield. But these guys, Oxlade, Chamberlain, and Torreira, those are complementary pieces. My boy Fabinho is gonna be my monster in the middle. You need a guy like that to start out, so that you can actually be able to defend people. Gundogan serves more as an attacking guy. This guy is pretty balanced, This guy's pretty balanced. Kovacic could be one of the complementary parts, and Dembele is a really tempting option every year, because he's well-rounded. As you can see, that first day card is usually well-rounded. We hope that he's gonna go down, probably, because I didn't hear about him too much this year, so he's probably gonna go down. And to be honest with you, I'm not gonna be able to afford Pogba or somebody like that. I know Pogba's gonna be worth like 500k. He has the height, he has the physicality, he has a decent pace. Pogba is always gonna be an option, a monster in the midfield. If you can get him, go for it. What we're talking about here. Lerma is another complementary card that you can use. Definitely Ndidi is gonna be a complementary card that you can use. He has the height, the physicality, the pace, not so great, but at the beginning of the game, just had to drop, like an anchor on him to give him that +5 strength. He's gonna be stronger, I bet. And Didi in FIFA 20, probably gonna be a little faster, maybe 74 pace, 75. So the pace is gonna be awesome. It's gonna be like a decent card in the middle. You know what I'm saying? But let me see if I'm being. Don't mind this Fabinho, but you get what I'm trying to say. Fabinho's gonna be probably 86 rated, 87 rated. The next FIFA, when Liverpool won the Champions League, it's gonna get upgraded. Everybody in Liverpool is. This guy's gonna be 82. Everybody in Liverpool is gonna be upgraded. Now I need my monster and the defense. Let's see the Premier League. Who does the Premier League has? You should always strive for guys in the 70s. You see what I'm saying? The 70s in pace. This guy, I probably consider that guy. Not that guy, not that guy, not that guy. See? This is a guy that you could consider, But, the defense is really low. Mangala, good physicality, okay, defense, but, not really there. You see this guy, if you drop an anchor on this guy, like, he gets, the boost in pace, and he gets the boost in defense that he needs. Stamina a little low, but it's to start out the game. And he has medium high, you see. This guy's gonna be very disciplined. He has the height. Cabasel, that's a card that you can consider. Cabasel. That's a card that you could consider. This guy definitely to start out. Ake, my boy Ake to start out. This is another card that you can consider. A little low the pace, but you can drop an anchor on him. Another card you can consider. This is another card you can consider. See? This guy you can drop a medium. He's 6'5". You see what I'm saying? You can drop a shadow on him. Stamina a little low, but it's just to start out the game, man. Matip, that pace is too low, man. It would have been 69 at least. Rudiger, definitely. This is a card to start out the game, man. Definitely that guy, man. Rudiger. He's from a good team. He's definitely an option, a viable option. This is the guy that I always start with every year, man. Every single year, he's part of my squad, or my starting squad in the game. Mr. Eric Bailly, man. Davinson Sanchez, bro. That could be your monster. He's probably gonna get upgraded. He's probably going to get upgraded because his team got to the Champions League final. Company, unless that pace changes, we're gonna have to wait till a special card comes out to actually take that option. Socrates, definitely, you know, as long as his pace in his base card is in the 70s, this guy, bro, this could be your monster to start out the game. Mr. Azpilicueta. As long as he's a center back. Usually for keepers, I don't pay attention that much to keepers because, you know, like the computer does half the job. That's usually the last position that you upgrade. That's usually the last position that you should pay attention to try to upgrade. But as you can see, I have my three monsters. I have Mr. Felipe Anderson, I have Mr. Fabinho, and I have Azpilicueta. Then anybody else that you get shouldn't be that expensive. You see? Remember, these three monsters, they could change based on your budget. You need a monster up top, you need a monster in the middle, and you need a monster as a central defender. You know, I probably would go with Robertson as my left back to start out the game, unless I'm so sorry. You know, Bananjo. Bananjo could be an option, man. My boy Bananjo. Remember, you need, as a left back, you need people in the 85s up as your left backs. If they're below 85, make sure that they don't fall below 80, and make sure that the sprint speed is really high, even if the acceleration is a little low. Those are the type of cars that you need. I hope that this year, to start out the game, we get people with good pace. Cause last year, man, EA, I don't know what they did. We had to wait for the first inform to get a left back from the Premier League. That's pretty much, you know, this guy, pretty tempting, you see. This is kind of tempting. You can drop a shadow on him and improve that pace, because you need those wingers to be able to catch up with those. I mean, those fullbacks to be able to catch up with those wingers, you know. And that's pretty much. Robertson's gonna be the choice, I think, to go with, or Digne if they're kind to his card, and his card has the pace and the passing. You can also choose to go full French or full Brazilian, because those are the two most complete nationalities. Okay. Those are the two most complete nationalities every single year. They have people, they have players in every position that could do the job, and in all ranges. They have so many OP players. So this card is a decent card to start out the game as a striker. Look, it has 86 pace, 4-star skill moves. This guy Augustin from Bundesliga, pretty tempting card to start out the game. Another card that's really tempting to start out the game, you see? I like my strikers to be pacey, man. My wingers to be pacey. And at least my strikers to be fast. So that I can have at least an edge when I'm attacking. Ben Yedder is gonna be probably most people's option. His first day card. I hope he gets improved. That shooting gets improved, that pace gets improved. Ben Yedder usually has stats in the right stats from the different categories. As you can see, he has 91 agility, has 87 balance. The ball control a little low, but I hope it gets better for FIFA 20. But it's a pretty viable option, My boy Ben Yedder. Gameiro, some people start out with Gameiro, and my boy Anthony Marshall, always a fan favorite. Everybody tries to get Marshall. You can look at his price is probably going to be between 50 to 100k range. Dembele, like I said, as we mentioned, Premier League. You have options. Remember, you need a monster up top, a monster in the middle, and a monster in defense. If you use that concept, you can be improving your squad little by little using that concept. After you have your 3 monsters, you keep getting coins. Then you reinforce, and then you start from the middle. Then you keep improving up top, and then you improve the center back. That's the way you do it. After you have your 3 monsters, then you get another great midfielder, and then you get another great striker, and then you get another great center back. Or let's check Brazil. You can go for Brazil. You see, right here, just in my squad, this guy to start out is gonna be, his stats are gonna be improved. This guy has the physicality, the height, the girth, probably not the physicality as it appears right there, but something, that 73 strength may be a little deceitful, because this is a 6'3" guy who usually is gonna feel strong. You're gonna be able to protect the ball with him. So he's a pretty good choice as a midfielder. As a CM, you can play him as a CM. Some people last year played him as a CDM. Another guy is Alexander Pato, my boy Pato. Pretty tempting guy. This guy is another tempting guy as a left back. You see, he has the pace. He just needs 5+5 in strength. I hope they don't downgrade his physicality. But you have so much choices when you go either Brazilian or French. Those are the two options that you need to be paying attention to. By going either Brazilian or French, you save yourself from so many problems and so many headaches when making your first squad. So I would suggest for you to go either Premier League, Brazilian, or French to start out. Pretty tempting card, you see, to start out the game. It's not a day one card. I hope he has the same stats in his day one card or base card. This guy is another tempting card to start out the game. You see, pretty well balanced to play in the midfield. You see, everything in the 70s. That means that if you put like an anchor, it's gonna be a decent defensive midfielder. If you put like a catalyst, an engine, he could be a decent, creator for you. You have choices, man, with these Brazilians, bro. My favorite nationality, my favorite like squad, who I support, Brazil. Have Dalbert. Dalbert is usually in everybody's squad at the beginning of the game. Pretty good choice, man. Pretty good choice. This guy, I remember in FIFA 17, I began with this guy, man. He was in my squad. I used him I think as a striker. Yeah, he used to be a striker. But 4-star, I remember. Okay, now he has 4-star. Has 4-star, 3-star. I like him with their 4-star. My favorite status: 4-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves. This guy Wendell, a really decent left back to start out the game. Juan Jesus, another one. He's another one to start out, man. Teixeira, pretty decent choice to start out as a striker. Neres is definitely gonna be improved, so you have it there, But like I said, you need 3 monsters. So that would be Fabinho, Anderson up top, or Neymar, or whoever you can afford. Jesus, whoever you can afford from Brazil up top, you can put him up top. But you need those 3 monsters and use that concept to improve your squad. I keep repeating myself in this video, but it's important to stress that this guy is going to be a pretty usable card. He's going to be improved a little more. He's going to have a little more pace for sure. He's going to have a little more defense, and I think they're going to improve his physicality. They won Copa America, and he was a crucial part. I think he started in all matches. I think Arthur is going to be a choice for you. Renato Augusto, I hope they improve his pace, because the card is pretty well rounded to start out the game. Alan is definitely going to be in most people's squads. Fred too. You have your choices with Brazilians. Remember, you gotta also use this concept. You always need in the midfield at least one guy that has medium high or low high in defense. If you go with a tandem, a pair in the midfield, because you like to rock with the 4-2-3-1, with the 4-4-2-2. One of those two guys has to stay back. You can have the two guys in the midfield be high, or both of them be medium. You need one of them to stay back, and the other one, he can be whatever you want it to be. It could be high, low, high, medium. It could be high. He could be medium. But you need one guy that's low, high, or medium, high. in order for you to have stability in that midfield. So that's what you got to rock with. Tyson's definitely going to be one of the people's choices, to start out the game. Pato, if his skill moves are decent. This guy definitely, look, if they improve his pace, if that pace goes to like 75 or something like that, he could be a good choice as a striker, He could be a good choice. Because he's 4-star. Could be a good target man. Lucas Leiva, definitely, if they improve that pace, man, I'm rocking with Lucas Leiva. So that's it, man. Like I'm always gonna be like Adam from Adam Ruins Everything. I'm gonna tell you the truth, man. Like some people, they might tell you, oh, you start out with this squad, and you're not gonna do so well, man, if you don't have at least 3 monsters. At least, okay, I would say 2 monsters. You need somebody great in the midfield. You need a great attacker up top. Somebody that bails you out, and somebody in the midfield that bails you out. And then you take care with everything else with 2 decent center backs, like Rudiger or this guy, Eric Bailly. But you need a monster in the midfield, man. You need those Fabinho. You need a Kante to start out. You need a Pogba, man. At least one monster in order for you to get the goal 3s and the goal 2s in foot champs, and like be able to go up division rivals really fast, so that you could be getting good rewards and actually be moving forward. I'm gonna call this a video, man. If you like my content, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, man. It would be really appreciated if you did. And much love to you guys. I'll see you on the next video. This is the Bigfoot out.